I'm going to do a short video on the Kabbalah of Football as we're coming up to the Super Bowl. As I was watching the playoff games today, I thought of the application of Kabbalistic principles that I'm seeing here. You know, football is the religion of America. 100,000 people in a stadium on a Sunday afternoon cheering violence. But what's the lure of football that permits this kind of attachment? There are 11 men on each side. Therefore, there are 22 men on the football field each time. 11 in offense, 11 in defense. The 22 people represent the 22 letters of the Hebrew alphabet. That's what 22 is. And they're split into 11. These 11 letters on each side represent the 10 sephirot and the quasi-11th sephirot, Das, that is the link between the upper 3 and the lower 7 sephirot. Let me explain that on the offense. The upper 3 sephirot of Keter, Chokmah, and Bina are represented by the fullback in the middle, and this is in this T formation, the fullback in the middle as Keter, and the two halfbacks as Chokmah and Bina. That's the upper 3 sephirot. Those are the backfield people removed from the front line, which are the 7 people. So that front line of 7 is the lower 7 of Zir, Anpin, and the Kuva. And the 3 upper are Chokmah, Bina, and Das, Keter, Chokmah, and Bina. And now for the 11th person, that's the quarterback. That's Das. He is the union of the upper 3 and the lower 7. The quarterback, just like the word quarterback as a 4th, he's the 4th person in the backfield. In a certain sense, the most important one. He handles the activity between the lower 7 and the upper 3. He's the 4th, not usually found when you depict 10 sephirots, but this 11th quasi-sephirot as Da'as is the quarterback. He's the 11th person. The defense then has 11 people on the other side. So the offense is the bringing down of this energy because they're controlling the ball, the energy of the seed of the masculine potency. He's bringing down the potency. And that's the masculine waters. Those are the 7 down. And now there's 11 up. 11 up, starting at Malkuth, and then Malkuth becomes Keter of the feminine waters of the return. So there are 11 spots on the down in the offense, and 11 spots on the up, each represented by a Hebrew letter. And how we split these letters are by the Atbash, or the Al-Bam, either or. It doesn't matter how you split it, like the Aleph and the Tov, or the Aleph and the Lamed. And we split them in half, and that's how we get 22. The 11 can also be the 11 spices, where you have 10 spices and then one hard-smelling spice. That again is the quarterback. The idea is that the 11 symbolizes the 10 Sephiroth with Das. And the defense is the returning light, the returning feminine waters. Each one of these 11 is matched by its opposing force on the way up. So on the way down, Malkuth, for the way down, becomes Keter for the way up. You see? So this is how this energy comes back and forth. These people who are there at the football field for America's religion, 100,000 people watching something like this, are actually drawn there by the Sephiroth. They don't even know it. That's why there's such a great attachment to this game. And that there's a struggle, a constant struggle between the masculine waters of the going down and the feminine waters of the going up. And this constant struggle and tension is what's so attractive, not only in football, but in life itself. These 11 are also depicted on the body as the 10 fingers and the tongue as the 11th. And it's depicted on the lower part of the body as the 10 toes and the penis. So this 11 and 11, which merges on the 50-yard line in half the body, when there's a fold of the upper and the lower together at the 50-yard line, where they do all their tossing of activity and things like that. And the possession of one team is from one's 50-yard line below and one's 50-yard line the other way. And then they switch at halftime and things like that. All this is a Kabbalistic metaphor expressed through tennis. Expressed through football. And what represents the seed. These are very deep metaphors, and most of the things that we are attracted to have these deep analogies into Kabbalah, and the expression of 10ness, 11ness in life. As it turns out, the da'as is the most important person on the football field. And I'll be giving more talks on this, the Kabbalah of Football, as we approach the Super Bowl.